Oh, you know if we were there, on top of the world it seems. I don't know who, why, or where, but we can still hear the music. That's not love that was, that's not friendship that was, that's not music that was, that's not music that was. There's no music that was.
This came out when I was like 4 years old in early 2005.
Guys, I want to ask you guys a question now. If you could live in, okay, we want to do would you rather questions right now?
Oh yeah, shoot. What do you
Okay,
got?
guys, so I'm gonna read would you rather, and we're gonna I don't have the app, but we're gonna say what the majority of people picked. Okay, would you rather, if it's the end of the world, would you rather die burning in lava or drown in a tsunami? If it's the end of the world, if you can swim in a tsunami, that's good.
Tsunami.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Would you rather be a movie star or a rock star?
We know the obvious answer to that.
Thoughts here?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be a movie star. I'm already one. Oh, and next one. Would you rather be... You got it? Ready? Would you rather suck one titty or two titties?
Dude.
This is a joke. Because of the video. Would you rather would you rather pee for
Dude,
all the time?
first of all, I want to stop you. Joke's on you, man. Boobs are still boobs.
Would you rather pee all the time or cry all the time?
Cry all the time? Or pee all the time?
Yeah. Remember those episode of the supercar? I love you and I miss you.
Yeah, I'd rather pee all the time.
I don't know why you're going back.
I'd rather pee all the time.
You be on toilet all day, guys. I'd rather cry all the time. No one will be able to sense. Oh, would you rather be shot to death or stabbed to death? No, actually, would you rather be shot once or would you rather be killed by a gun or be killed by a knife? Here's the difference. If you get stabbed once, it's a slow, painful death and you have a better chance of surviving. But if you get shot, it's quick and easy and done.
Shot.
I don't want to be stabbed because I can survive.
If it was a silencer, sure.
Sure. Okay,
Alright, I got one for you.
Okay, let's do this one.
Okay. Would you rather while on death row get executed by the electric chair or lethal injection?
Lethal injection because it's quicker. You don't know how strong the volts are going to be. Maybe they'll put it too long and it'll get electrocuted, but you won't die from it.
Speaking of, we got another piece of useless knowledge.
I got one. Hey, I got until the off questions. You want to answer them?
Yeah.
You got more?
Let me give him the piece of useless knowledge real quick. Alright. So, there's a bunch of young people who technically have done various crimes.
And most of them get put on death row, but they have to wait till a certain age to get on death row. To be dead.
Now, what if I told you there was the youngest person ever to existed to be sentenced to death? The little boy's name was George Steny Jr. He was put on death row. He was just a young African American boy who got put on death row because two white girls got killed, and someone put the blame on him because they need someone to blame, and he got sentenced to death by the electric chair. And unfortunately, his parents were not allowed to be in the courtroom with him, and he was never allowed to see his parents for 36 weeks before getting electrocuted.
Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this. If you guys... So, let me ask you something. If you were in, what's that thing called? Okay. The cops who killed George Floyd.
Yes.
Do you think they should be in jail for life, or do you think they should be put on death row for killing George Floyd? Because he's black. Because if you guys didn't see the video, the cops were on his back and he's like, I can't breathe. And then he died from it because they
and he had a few criminal back
charges. It's fine.
Yeah, but
did
so someone tried to help him, and they said, and this Asian cop said, get back, this doesn't concern you. And someone said, what are you gonna do about it, chopstick?
I can't believe George Floyd died because of the cops. And I don't know if they put on death row.
He wasn't killed because of the criminal charges. He was killed by the color of his skin, and that is just sickening.
Racist.
It's sickening.
Oh, and there's this one guy who's black who's on a jog, and there's a burglar in that yard in this neighborhood, and they thought he was running because he burgled the house. Well, guess what? Cops opened fire on him. He's got out of the car and just opened fire, shot him 5 times in the back, and died. Like, you don't kill someone, you gotta have evidence that it was them.
Oh, it gets worse. I saw this thing on Inside Edition. This African American family, right? This family, including these little girls, were asked to lie down on the ground with their hands behind their back. That's how selfless and how selfish and how pure racist and hatred these cops actually are.
I don't want to get into politics here, but if you're voting for president, you're old enough, vote for Donald Trump so we don't get the... Because we need the police, but on the other hand, they should be defunded because of what they did.
Vote Trump out of the White House.
No, because we're going to get our police. Okay, Trump's good. They all vote, and Joe Biden's good. Trump's bad. Joe Biden's bad. They all have the up and downs, right?
Right.
Think about it. How many black presidents have we actually had in the White House?
One.
And Barack Obama was our very first black president. We need Joe Biden to defund the police. But you know what's sad about this? If he does defund the police, he says that because he wants to get in office. But anyway, if he does defund the police, who's going to answer our calls when we need help?
And
have you seen that commercial?
Yeah,
where it says, Joe, and then it says, I'm Donald Trump, and I.
My grandma called that number, and she said, "You got fucking kidding me."
Do you guys? So who you guys gonna vote for? If you're gonna vote, who would you vote for? Trump or Biden? Are you a Democrat fan or are you a Republican fan?
Democrat.
So you vote for Biden.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not into politics because think about it, they're both bad. I wish we didn't have a president.
Need I remind you that I'm running for president in 15 years?
Don't you have to be 35 to run for that?
Yes. In 15 years, I will be 35.
Don't run for president if you don't think you have the brain. Yeah, hey, you got my opinion. Get a good job and get rich from it. If you get rich from this job, guess what? You have a bunch of money like Trump did. You can pay for a very good campaign and win.
And I'm gonna be like Obama times 100.
Okay. Guys, Obama was not bad. Okay.
No, but I'm gonna be twice. I'm gonna be twice the president that Trump ever was, because he's technically being a dictator up to this point.
Guys, what would you guys tell? What would you guys tell you if I told you Adolf Hitler was still alive?
They said his body. They said he somehow survived all these years in Venezuela.
Argentina. But let me ask you guys something. If he was alive, how old was he during World War II?
Let's see. He would have been born in 1918, so 1944, 1949. He would have been at least around the age of 32.
Now think about it. How old would he be now if he was still alive? 103. So he could be, and they do have proof. They saw a picture that looks like him, but you know who else they think faked their death? You guess who they think faked their death?
Elvis Presley.
Yes, but guess who else? Michael Jackson. They think he faked his death. But let me ask you something. If he faked his death, how was his doctor in prison for manslaughter?
Well, you gotta look at it this way. I've seen his documentaries, and he actually predicted his own death beforehand.
What about, I got one for you guys. How was this one? What about, do you know rappers? Do you know Juice WRLD and XXXTentacion?
XXXTentacion, yeah, but I know him.
You know Juice WRLD?
Nope.
Well, guess what? They both faked their death. You know how they think, one of them predicted their death, but they didn't die. XX got shot, but he is not dead. Someone said they did something in his grave. He's in a mausoleum. They opened the coffin, nothing was there. The casket.
Just like Jesus on Easter Day.
He rose from the dead, right?
Yes.
So if you guys don't know the story about Jesus, Good Friday is when he actually got crucified and died. But then on Easter Day, he rose from the dead.
Amen.
Last one.
So about our concert, we gotta come up with a good plan, right? Like we need to do song ideas, and my song "Forever Gone" is gonna be one of the main ones that's gonna hit the market.
Yeah.
But we also need to think of a new original song that you write.
Well, Lost is out.
Yeah, Lost is out. I'll give you that.
I also do rap songs I wrote for myself. I have a song called No Time to Wait, Real Deal, Peter Red. I have another song called Hot Sauce, Super Suit.
Hot sauce.
Yeah. And then the last one I wrote was called The Power of God and Anime by Peter Red and Big Soda Sam. So,
Okay, who's Bacon Soda Sam?
someone, I don't know if I should say his real name. But he's one of these other rappers.
So he's kind of like a mix of Eminem and LL Cool J.
Yeah, but he's worse than them.
Worst?
He goes like this. So I pull up. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I need to pull the string from Milky. It sounds like a girl, but he's a male. He's a girl rapper, but he sounds like a man.
So he sounds like a little bit of
He's a girl.
Lil
He
Yachty.
sounds like a girl, but he's a man. He sounds like a girl and he sings his rap.
Kind of like the guy who wrote Dance Monkey.
Yeah. Remember this?
Easy, Pennywise.
What was this?
Yeah, that's Fortnite, dude. That's totally Fortnite.
Fortnite has been out of my league because of the hackers that have been taking over.
Yeah, I mean, I gave up playing Fortnite years ago for one reason.
You know what happened in Fortnite? This hacker had all scars.
All scars?
And then I shot him and he didn't take no damage from my scar I had. No damage because he's a hacker, he had God mode.
What the fuck?
God mode is where you can never be killed. And he had full shield and full armor when I killed and full health. I'm like, did I not hurt you whatsoever?
It's like the CGI version of the dang Messiah.
It's like GTA when you have God mode.
It's like GTA when you have God mode.
Yeah, 'cause you can't die.
But except this one doesn't last 5 minutes,
But
right?
the funny part is you can teleport in GTA. I got teleported into a prison by a hacker, instantly killed.
Did they wipe out Tomato Town?
Yeah, you know, and guess what now? That was tornado coming in. It said Fortnite's going to be destroyed by a tornado. Try to beat the game before tornado comes. Instead of a storm, you'll have a tornado.
Alright guys, so this is my best friend and secondary vocalist in the band The Skull Bashers. This is Theodore Raz.
Hey guys.
So we were just talking about new additions to Fortnite, which is a game that I despise and he likes.
I decided to.
Yeah.
There's some good things, there's ups and downs of it. It's just like every other game, there's up and downs.
Yeah, if you start playing the game, you're most likely to get killed in Tomato Town anyways.
No, Tilted Towers, that's where death happens. Tilted Towers, if you jump out the bus, everyone's going to go to Tilted Towers instantly, so don't go to Tilted Towers.
Yeah, Tilt Towers is not the best idea.
You're going to be just
F-ups.
Now you're checking on that picture.
Alright. So, like, Tilted Towers is the second place to get killed.
No, actually, no, that's the first place. Literally, everyone in the game will go there first to get loot. I got a video for us when we're ready. Voice
Sure.
impressions.
I can do voice impressions.
Yeah, let's do it, bro. Pull up a video and we'll do it. I got 3 voices I can do.
Yeah, back you ain't cut me, way better.
You want to hear me do my Pennywise impression? Hi there, George. It's Pennywise. With 10 single down. Come on, Georgie. Steady on the top. Pick it up.
Alright.
Next one. You give me an impression from a cartoon or anything, I'll do it.
You give me the same thing and I'll do a different
Okay,
impression.
do Stewie.
You know what? I should waste my breath on killing Lewis and the Fat Man. But all I can say is, I think I should give Meg more of a chance because they hate her more than I hate Lewis.
I can do Carmen and Peter. Right?
Alright.
Kevin, Kyle, the
Alright.
deal. What did you do? And then I got
Yeah, that cat is a fucking Jew.
you gonna do Peter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I stole the inheritance from the Pierceman family. My black cousin was a slave to the Piercemans. Have you ever seen that episode?
Dude,
Did you see that episode?
wait, whoa, man.
Did you not see that episode?
Yes, I saw the episode.
Nate Brown escaped them. Hooray! Did you ever see that episode?
Yes, I have. Season 4, episode 13.
Is that really it?
Yeah.
Lois kills Lois Lois and Lois kills Stewie.
Yeah, but it was all freaking simulation.
Yeah, I thought it was real, and
I'm like, come on, Stewie got what he wanted in life.
but then he got Brian's death. Oh god.
Dude.
Tear dripping.
That was such a tearjerker, and he got replaced with a telling.
I got top 5 for us. Top 5 games death scenes that make you cry. Number 5. I got one. Chloe's death season, episode 4 of Life is Strange 1. Gosh, that made me cry so much. I cried myself to sleep that night. That was so sad.
Dude, whenever I dance, I feel like I'm Michael Jackson reincarnated.
Okay, see, number 4. Another sad death scene. Let's see. Oh, how about Michael's death? That is Did you kill everyone in GTA?
No, I most likely killed Trevor in GTA.
Oh, Trevor's death is brutal. Roman's death in GTA 4. That is a sad.
Never got that far.
You never beat GTA 4?
Nope.
Okay. Let's do number 3. Let's think of another sad death in video game.
The hooker's death in GTA San Andreas.
She dies.
No. It's not sad when you do it yourself.
That doesn't count. Big Smoke's death. That was sad.
Didn't he die of a heart attack from eating too much Cluckin' Gum?
No, here's what happened. So, you're fighting him in San Andreas, and he says because he betrayed you. He's behind behind Carl's mom's death. He was working with the ballers.
Jesus Christ.
Exactly. Episode 2, Clement of Lee's death. Season 1 of The Walking Dead. Oh god, I cried.
Forgot what happened in that one.
You know what happened? He got bit and he didn't cut off the bite long and fast enough. You can survive a bite if you cut it off. You have 10 to 15 minutes before you turn. You gotta cut off within 10 to 15 minutes, otherwise you're gonna turn.
True.
But if you bite it off after that, you can buy yourself some time at least.
What is the best top 10 best zombie games of all time?
We'll talk about that next. What is number one? The saddest death of all my games. Mason, Black Ops 2.
Yes, his
I
death
cried.
is the worst.
I cried. I'm like, well, you can save Mason though.
Yeah.
You gotta shoot him in the legs. And then he survives at the end. He's like, do not enter. And it was like, do not enter. So I showed his wheelchair right up here, and it's like, that's like, it was shit. He's like, you sit right there. And he punches, like, Mason, I shot. He's like, it turns out you're a lousy shot. He's my ass. Where the fuck you been for 30 years?
Now, I think one of the best zombie games out
Okay,
there.
we're doing top 10 best zombie games.
Number one at the top of the charts.
No, we're going worst to best.
Okay.
Number 10.
Number 10 is the best one, right?
No worst. Okay, guys, so it doesn't matter.
Call of Duty Color of War Nazi Zombies.
Call of War.
Yeah, Call of Duty Color of War Nazi Zombies. That's the worst.
Yeah, that was the worst Call of Duty, don't worry with it. Number 9. 7 Days to Die.
I was not impressed with that game. It was just dark on its own.
I mean, it was kind of fun when you start, but then when you get all the supplies and people cheat where they do that glitch. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'll tell you about it later. Actually, I'll explain right now. So you have a chest, you put your bow and arrows in it, right? You guys can duplicate those. So you wanna. The glitchers are just the bad people. They're average Joe, but anyway. Next one. Number 8.
Season 5, Walking Dead.
Maybe not season 5.
Or season 4.
No, Michonne. Michonne was bad. Michonne of The Walking Dead. That was the worst. It was based off the TV show.
Yeah, it was based off the TV show, but it was
A video
10
game.
times worse.
Okay, number 7.
Thought we were at 8.
Season 2 of The Walking Dead. Worst one out of all. Even Clementine was in it. It was bad. I didn't like that.
I mean, I like it when Clementine starts to be badass.
In season 3, that's the best one. That's gonna go number 4.
Alright,
So we're at number 6.
number 6 is kind of the okay one.
Yeah, number 6 ain't really.
Left 4 Dead 2.
That one was okay.
That one's okay. I mean, you're surviving a zombie apocalypse. You get numerous weapons per level.
Okay, let's go to
Number 5.
Call of Duty Black Ops 1.
1.
I love the ray gun. Any gun.
The ray gun was pretty damn genius as long as it's time travel.
And then we get up to a place where you can upgrade it, where he's like this, and he's like, and then it's the RX2 ray gun. Boom, guys, the zombies are gone.
Let's move on to the next one.
Number 4, which was season 3, the new frontier of The Walking Dead season 3. Clementine becomes an absolute
Badass.
She will not take shit from anyone. Let's go on to number 3, season 4 of The Walking Dead.
Episode 3, I believe.
No, episode 4.
Episode 4, right?
No, there's only 4. No, it's just the whole season. Lewis, freaking, you go to school, find other kids that are trying to survive. They're adults though. Oh my God, this Clementine, she finally found AJ.
Yeah. So.
But
Yeah.
sad part is she gets bitten.
Yeah, I mean, she gets bitten trying to save her son's ass, basically.
But then she doesn't turn. AJ saves her. She saves him so many times. It's his turn to do the same.
Now we're going on to number 1. One of the best ones in the franchise.
We're on 2. Number 2, season 1, The Walking Dead. Lee, what a badass.
But of course, Lee gets transported to the prison on account of something stupid in the beginning.
But you don't see. He's like the cop's like, well, I reckon you didn't do it. And he's like, why do you say that? Because I'm driven to prison now, man. We got one on. He's like, I didn't do it. Every time.
Now, number 1, best one of them all. Red Dead Redemption, The Undead Nightmare version.
Guys, if you do not play Red Dead,
You will not believe this version is out.
yeah, I'll do a gameplay on my YouTube channel. Go to Luke Berry and check it out. I might do a play.
Yeah, I've played the game so many times. I killed so many zombies and I hogtied a few.
Guys,
But can I say this? There's a difference between the original Red Dead Redemption and the Zombie Edition. The Zombie Edition, you get more weapons than you bargained for. In the original, you couldn't get the torch. But in the zombie edition, you can.
Guys, you get flame bottles, and it's kind of the same thing in my opinion, but
Oh.
in the original version, you get fire bottles.
Oh. Molotov cocktails.
But they call it fire bottles in the game.
Named
You
after
know-
a liquor drink.
You know my favorite, but the problem with the one thing that makes you limited on ammo. But the only way to find ammo is go to the chest, or you gotta loot bodies that have bullet. What do you call those things on the runaways? Weapon, ammo belts or something. Whatever.
Utility belts.
No, whatever ammo belts or whatever they're called. You loot them, you'll get bullets. And when you burn the coffins in the graveyard, you get bullets from them too.
And sometimes you could get a shotgun. Sometimes it's a grenade launcher. When I started playing that game, I just put on some kind of farmer's hat, and I drank a good bottle of Sioux City Sarsaparilla while playing the game.
If you guys want, Red Dead Redemption 2 is sad. Arthur's death. Oh God, I cried.
I never played the game, so I don't know.
Well, anyway, if you guys want to know what happened, he got tuberculosis and it got worse and he died.
Yeah, and one of the
You want to know how he found out he had it? So here's what happened.
he
So,
coughed up blood.
here's what happened. So he got it, and they didn't get back until season 4 when he got back from episode 6 when he came back from the Caribbean. He's in Guatemala because they were trying to escape. He went on his horse and started coughing. He got off his horse and collapsed from a coughing attack, and the stranger took you. He's like this. He's like, here, breathe. Again. And he's like, take you, say, and he's like, and he's like, what is it? He's like, well, not gonna, I guess that. And he's like, yeah, tuberculosis. So I'm sorry, so it's a hell of a thing. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, you're real sick.
Well,
The progressive, well, that's the rest. It's warm, dry, and taking it easy. And obviously, Arthur couldn't do that because he lives with the game. Listen, if he got someone warm, dry, and took it easy, he probably would have lived 6 more years than he did.
and
You know
here's
how sad it is though? He died in his 30s. He was like 36, I think, when he died, or 34.
alright, but here's a piece of medical advice. Tuberculosis is way easier to get diagnosed for, and of course,
There's 3 main. When you keep talking about, I'll say something quick. 3 main ways. I'll tell you after he's done.
well, there is meningitis is the most painful diagnosis you can get, because you have to be awake through the whole deal, and you have to get kind of a needle IV in your spinal cord just to get enough spinal fluid to test for meningitis, and you have to be awake through the whole thing, and it hurts like hell.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you 3 ways. Make sure you know this. Fatigue, is where you get really tired, just really tired. 2, shortness of breath. We have that now with the whole pandemic. And I'm not allowed to say the word. Hey, you can't say the C word because you get flagged on YouTube if you put this on YouTube. You'll get flagged.
I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, anyway. So, you can say the virus, but you can't say the whole word. So, you can get shortness of breath and fatigue. The final one is
Coughing up blood.
coughing up blood. That is very common, but here's what one thing is: if you see redness, if you get like redness around your eyes, you'll tell you're getting really sick, but it might not be.
It might not be till later in life.
Tuberculosis it stages if you might want to, and now in this time of our age we have a treatment.
Yeah, back in the day.
Back in the 1800s, they didn't have tuberculosis treatment.
Yeah,
In 1940s is when we got the treatment.
and back in the 1600s, if someone contracted a sickness, they were automatically known as bewitched.
Do you guys remember the Salem witch trials? You all know-
Yeah, we do.
You know what happened there? Everyone was accused of witchcraft and they got hanged or burned.
Actually, they got hung, burned, or they had thumb screws to get a confession out of them. I've seen a documentary on that.
I don't understand. Why did they? You know what?
Why do they harm innocent people?
Sometimes people just got accused if they were being dodgy, maybe they were just sick and they were acting weird because they're sick. But they just accused them of witchcraft.
I mean, they automatically assume.
And let me ask you guys something. Do you get sick and act weird? Do you? Do you act different when you're sick? I do.
I'm a complete asshole when I'm sick. Yes.
That's what happened back in time. They would be sick and they would act weird. They obviously assume witchcraft.
And well, back in the 1600s, if you ever showed a fondness of talking with animals, having a broom, or a weird fondness of rooms,
Remember Scarlet Letter?
and of course saying something out of the ordinary, you would automatically get labeled as a witch or warlock, and in order for them to get a confession out of you, they will put you through maximum torture.
Guys, you read the Scarlet Letter that was 10 to 1600?
9th grade or 10th grade, I believe.
Yeah, and just so you know, the lady, the main character,
Uh,
had an A on her chest because of adultery, because she
had sex.
but she was a man, but she was with it wasn't with her husband, it was with the priest.
And she had to stand on a wooden
Scaffold.
post. Yeah, she had to stand on a wooden scaffold, and had to wear the Scarlet Letter bearing her shame.
But what she did is something stupid. She made it pretty, but it was supposed to.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's called a Scarlet Letter for a reason, people.
No, it was supposed. She made it pretty, but think about it. It's basically you doing a crime.
Well, here, a Scarlet Letter cannot just mean adultery. A can stand for adultery. W can stand for witchcraft.
And then you guys want to know what's his name? The priest or whatever? He had it burned into his skin.
Yeah,
right on his chest.
he had it burned in his skin, and then he wasn't gonna let her suffer.
And then they both died.
We saw the film, and we read the book.
But guys, let me ask you something. What do you think better? I'm gonna ask him something. You tell me what you guys think. Is the book always better than the movie, or is there some extent to that?
The book has more depth than the film.
That's why everyone says the book's better than the movie, because the book has more detail. Because when you're writing a book, you can have detail, but in a movie, you gotta kind of cut something, you know? So I really think, like, in the Scarlet Letter, they cut, like, what, 5 chapters out of the book?
Yes, I think they cut at least like 4 to 5 to 6 chapters at the most.
They did that in, I think Diamond Kids did that too.
No. In Diary of a Wimpy Kid, I remember seeing the movie in theaters when I was 10. They didn't leave anything out.
Like, the book was the exact extent?
Exactly.
But they didn't throw apples at each other.
That was the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, remember? He's like, wait, how are we gonna have chance we're gonna throw the apples first? No one's throwing apples at anyone. Everyone is going, in my version, trees sing. We 3 trees from yonder blind. But then they pull arms because the guy tripped his tooth, and then they start throwing apples at each other instead of the...
But me and a close friend of ours, when we were younger, when I was 11, we rented Diary of a Wimpy Kid 2 on pay-per-view.
Right, cool. Remember they paint out the door?
No! Well,
What
no,
are you doing?
no. What about they tried to make a TikTok video and he sat on a cactus?
Like, he's like, oh no, he's on his fake ball.
Oh yeah, that's
He's
what
like,
it was.
remember he's like, ah. What's that one where they got like millions of views? The crazy mom exploded all over the place.
Loaded Diaper was a band, dude.
What was General Grant doing on the third staff?
You know, okay.
You got no time to do that. That's why it's a figurine. Same thing.
Okay, who thinks book 3 was the best? Dog Days. Yeah, the movie was kind of stupid too.
There was no movie for the last straw.
No.
It go.
For Dog Days, book 4, I mean.
Oh yeah, that's book 4. Book 4 is Dog Days. I didn't like that one. My favorite one would either be, there's 2 I really like: Cabin Fever or Old School.
The Diary of a Wimpy Kid book that I like,
What one did you hate?
The Getaway.
The Getaway was not good. Just don't read it unless you guys are really into Diary of a Wimpy Kids. To read it if you.
It was what, book 19?
Wait, goes 1, Rules, Last Stand,
So,
Dog Days. Then what's the 5th one?
5th one, The Ugly Truth.
No, that's 6.
No. The 5th one is The Ugly Truth. 6 is Cabin Fever.
Okay, then it goes to 7.
7, The Third Wheel.
Then
8.
Then there's a spin-off before 8, the Do-It-Yourself. So there's a spin-off.
Yeah, the Do-It-Yourself is like your own journal.
I have that.
Which one do you have, the orange cover or the brown cover?
Brown.
The brown cover is way better than the orange cover.
Okay, then anyway, so we have that's the spin-off. Then we have the 8th one, which is called what?
The 8th.
I'll be back.
Oh, 7th one.
7th one was called Third Wheel.
Okay, then we got the old school. I think was next.
Why are you? Why? Are you
Then the long haul.
Right? It's the truth.
The long haul. That was the 8th one.
Oh, then there's go to.
I think the Getaway's the 10th one in the franchise.
That's the last one that came out, right? Meltdown was good. Meltdown.
It's the last recent one that came out.
Then they have a book of Raleigh Jefferson.
Yeah, Diary of a Friendly Kid. What the heck?
Yeah, guys, you guys just need don't read that one in time based off
I-
Greg.
I've read it because it's in the do-it-yourself book. I've read it. It's terrible.
Okay, I'm gonna ask him the questions and he's gonna ask me the same questions. Ready? This is a diary we can do it yourself. Get it? Ready? Question 1. Have you ever had a haircut so bad that you had the same one from school?
No.
Okay. Have you ever won a foot race to someone who's older than you?
Unless you count my sister tripping me. No.
Have you ever been kissed by someone older than 70?
My grandmother.
So yes? This is yes or no?
No.
Have you ever peed in a swimming pool?
No.
Last one, guys. Have you ever, last one would be, have you ever been surprised by an unexpected surprise and almost had a heart attack?
Not that I recall.
All my questions are no. I've actually had a haircut that was so bad, I had a penis on my back. The guy did that on purpose. It was a penis on the back of my head with outline.
That gives dickhead a whole new name.
I stayed home from school for a week until it grew back, and I'm like, guys, don't ask how it's going. I'm not going to say a word.
Alright.
And I'm like, I had a dick outline on the back of my head. You know how people do that sometimes? They like do outlines on the back of their head? Someone had a Nazi symbol on their head. Guys, Nazis are not good people. Don't ask sympathy for them.
Now, unless you're thinking about Donald Trump, then it's, hi, Donald.
Guys, I want to ask him 2 questions, and he wants to ask me the same. What was the most brutal war in what was the most World War? Who was the most
brutal World War?
Yeah.
World War II.
What was the most brutal war of all time?
Still World War. Both World War I and World War II, both worse.
What was the least brutal war?
World War One.
Ask me some questions, and I'll say
What was the most brutal war?
Korea.
Crap, the Korean War.
I'm not gonna touch
Forgot about that one. What was the second most brutal?
You mean the least brutal?
Yeah.
The least brutal war would have to be Vietnam because we pulled out. We're just like, nope, we're not doing that.
I think one of the.
Let's talk about the war. My grandpa was a Navy and he was in Vietnam.
My great grandfather. He was in the Air Force.
What war was he in?
I don't know. I never asked him before he died.
And the reason I did the Vietnam War for NHC, National History Day in school, Miss Carl made us do it in 11th grade. I did the Vietnam War and she's like, do you have any primary sources? I'm like, my grandpa, he was in the Navy during Vietnam, and my grandma was kind of in the U.S. and she was, so I did a big project, and guess what? Do you hate it when someone jumps in a project and changes it?
Like when I did my project in the 9th grade, and I used the Confederate flag, and I got told it was a Nazi flag.
Here's what happened. So you know Michaela and Macy Bird, you know who that is?
Yeah.
They jumped in, and I said I was doing the general war, but guess what they did? They made it only affect on the U.S. And that's not gonna help me, because my grandpa was in the U.S. He was at the war. That's why I'm like, we can't change it. My grandpa was there. He was there at the war. He knew what was happening, you know? He was there.
Thank you.
And then guess what they did? They did the whole project themselves, and I got credit because they did the U.S. They were talking about Kennedy. They were talking about how many people died in the war. They were talking about all this other random stuff. I'm like, this is not your project. It's mine. I started it myself.
All right. Now let me ask.
We also had, my grandma gave me her journal because she wasn't there, but she was in the U.S. and she wrote it in her journal. She gave me her journal from the time of the Vietnam War, talking about how we kind of went into the Great Depression almost again.
Let me ask you something. Do you think when President Kennedy was assassinated, do you think Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone?
Guys, here's the top 3 theories of Kennedy's assassination. Ready? You ready to listen to me? You tell me which one you think's right.
Alright, sure.
Number 1, Lauren B. Johnson's wife paid Harvey Oswald to go after him. Because she wanted her husband to win the president election. And we know Kennedy was going to win. Next one, Lee Harvey Oswald accidentally shot the wrong person. And the third one, Lee Harvey Oswald just didn't like Kennedy and he did it anyway. What do you think is the right theory is?
Well,
We'll tell you what happened to Lee Harvey Oswald after we answer that. So, what theory do you think is right? 1, 2, or 3? What theory?
First,
and then you gotta explain to the camera why.
I think that. What did you say her name was?
Lauren B. Johnson's wife?
Yeah.
Lady Bird Johnson is her name.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Lady Bird Johnson might have paid someone to kill Lee Harvey Oswald because she didn't really.
No, Lee Harvey Oswald is the one who did it.
No, she paid Lee Harvey Oswald to kill Kennedy.
Now explain why.
Because the reason she paid Oswald to kill Kennedy was because of the fact she didn't like him at all. She had no intentions of liking the president because she claimed, just like anyone who doesn't support that kind of president, she claimed that there was something off or something
And
vile about
the
him.
reason why Lee Harvey Oswald had a sniper was because he went to the Slavic army and came back on a plane. This is before we had security. This is before 9/11. If you don't know what 9/11, we'll tell you next. But he got on the plane with a sniper rifle. And now, you all know, and guess what happened after Lee Harvey Oswald was getting transported? Jack Ruby came in and shot Lee Harvey Oswald for killing Kennedy and he was arrested then.
Wasn't he shot in the back of the head?
Who?
Oswald?
Yeah, no. Oswald was like, here, we'll do it in action. Get up. So, pretend you're right here and you're walking out. I'll show you what Jack Ruby did. So, pretend you're in handcuffs and walking out. And then you fall to the ground. Yep, and then the cops tackle Jack Ruby and handcuff him. That's what happened. They're like, oh no, Lee Harvey Oswald's been shot. So that's what happened. That's the reenaction of what happened. He shot him in the stomach and killed Lee Harvey.
Yeah, but I had to make the fall look believable.
But that's not what happened. He fell on his back. But whatever, you did a really good reaction. Just so you guys know, he was shot in the stomach and he's like this and then fell backwards and his head cracked open. So Lee Harvey Oswald was shot in the stomach, not in the back of the head. Everyone thinks he was shot in the back of the head. Abraham Lincoln reenaction time.
Oh, no, he got shot in the back of the head by John Wilkes Booth.
And then he jumps on the stage and he shouts out something. And, hey, what's your guys' favorite night at the museum? There's 3 nights at the museum. There's 1, the Battle of Smithsonian, and the 2, Secret of the Tomb.
I like Secret of the Tomb better.
I like the Battle of Smithsonian.
Because the reason I like The Secret of the Tomb is because it was the last film Robin Williams was ever in.
Just so you guys know, that movie came out when he died, but he was recorded before he died. Okay, you know what's going on next year? You know Avatar, right? Avatar 2 is coming out this Christmas, this December coming.
Cool.
Avatar 2, that's my...
The one with the blue guys on the alien deserted planet after getting into a cryogenic pod.
But yeah, Jake Sully or whatever his name is, he's gonna be a real full-on Avatar this time. He's
Cool.
gonna be actually a real Navi.
Nice. Dude.
And then they said that guy who got shot, the guy in the robot, the colonel, he's gonna come back. How did he survive 3 arrows to the chest?
She got shot 3 times in the chest?
With a bow and arrow by Neytiri. That lady who saved Jake Sully's life.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Why is he coming back? I don't understand.
I stopped watching Avatar after the first one.
We're gonna make a second one. And the producer, what's his name? James Cameron? He said they already started recording part 3. And 4.
Now, there is one film I do like, and it's on Netflix.
Guys, don't watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. Do not watch that.
Hey!
I hate it. It's cartoon, too much for me.
Dude, I grew up watching that series with my father and my brothers.
I'm too young to know that stuff.
It came out in 2005.
Never mind. Never mind, guys. I'm not too young. I'm 18. I'm about to turn 19.
Hi, I'm Colin, and this is Theodore Raz.
What's up, guys?
So, for all of you who are fans of the Fallout video game franchise from the years 1998, 1997, going on to the 2000s, you pretty much have played Fallout, Fallout 2, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout 5, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 76.
Yeah.
But me and Theodore came out with a bunch of theories regarding the video game.
But before we start, we had a discussion about 3, how it's pointless. So if you guys can hate on us if you want, but we just think it's pointless.
What's the first one that's pointless?
What?
What's the first theory that's pointless?
Well, so you're trying to find your son, right?
Yeah, in Fallout 4.
But you don't find him, so it's pointless.
However, in Fallout 3, you find your father in a virtual reality simulator.
Good idea. What a freaking good idea.
Controlled by madmen.
Okay.
Alright, so for some of you who know about the Fallout video game franchise, you've noticed it takes place either in the year 2077, depending on which one you play, in 2 centuries later, into 22, 26, 36. It makes us wonder, could this whole video game Fallout franchise be possibly predicting the future of events we didn't know were to happen?
Like, let me give you a little example. So in South Park, they actually predicted our Donald Trump president. They did a pandemic.
Simpsons predict that.
So did South Park. So see, like, some cartoons predict the future. So we're thinking that Fallout could do that, but
we just had to do something to prove that theory. Well, it did say one future event that did come true.
You want to explain that?
All right, so you know how there's like giant ants, right? But in my opinion, it's just giant insects altogether. And what comes following a few years after New Vegas is released in 2011? Murder hornets in 2020.
Okay.
And basically, I think the first thing the video game itself predicts altogether is a possibility of World War III. The Great War.
I could also make another video. If this is not true, Fallout could do something that really sounds crazy. They could predict doomsday, mushroom clouds, Fallout.
Yeah, but the Great War sounds like World War III or World War IV.
Yeah, but what do you guys think about that? Doomsday, mushroom clouds, and Fallout.
Well, that's one thing that the Aztecs didn't predict is the mushroom cloud.
From a bomb.
Yeah.
Or a nuclear.
Yeah. But, you see, the ancient Aztecs back in 2012 predicted the end of the world to be on that date.
No, that's the Mayans. The Mayans, I'm going to count on December
of 2012.
I think 28th was the date.
December 28th, 2012.
That's when the Mayans predicted the world was going to end. They thought it was going to end.
Because they didn't have the freaking brains to get a new calendar.
I'm going to tell you guys top 10 world-ending predictions. While you play, I'll explain these world predictions and you can step in if you want. Okay?
Alright, shoot.
Okay, number 10, we have the Mayans predicting the world's going to end on the 2012. 28th of December in 2012. Well, they thought another planet was going to collide with the Earth. And then they haven't, obviously.
And of course, another thing that was kind of a different prediction is we thought the same thing years later, but then a few other theorists or physicists looked at the calendar again and realized that we were reading it all wrong.
Okay, now we have the 9th theory about Aztecas. Or is it Aztecs or Aztecas?
It's Aztecs.
Okay, and Aztecs predicted kind of same thing as the Mayans, but a little bit different. So same thing, but a different day.
Well, what did the Aztecs predict then?
They predicted April 5th, 2025.
To be Fallout.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm joking. 2017. And well, obviously that didn't happen. So now I have my least favorite one. The eighth theory by the Jews. They think zombies were gonna rise and attack everyone.
We were supposed to get a zombie apocalypse.
Obviously they didn't. And this.
I mean, we wanted zombies, not this.
The last one by my least favorite, the Baptists. I don't know if you.
Baptists?
Yeah, they believed that we were gonna have cyborgs attack us.
Well,
Terminators.
I'm a Southern Baptist, so.
Well, you don't have that then. But they thought that
They thought that that cyborgs and androids were gonna wipe out all mankind.
they didn't believe in that way. They kind of like if you know what Terminator movie is, they kind of believed in that way. Because the Terminator's kind of cyborg, right? He's half robot, half man.
Said for one reason, to kill who he was sent to destroy.
Guys, you know how weird it is that they can go back in the future in time?
And if you see Terminator 1, he went back in time to kill Sarah Connor to prevent John Connor from being born. But in Terminator 2, Judgment Day, he goes back in time to protect the now 13-year-old John Connor.
Have you guys seen Dark Fate? I don't know if you have. Dark Fate, spoilers. Dark Fate, the guy goes back in time and kills John Connors. And then Sarah Connor becomes a Terminator to hunt everyone down.
So
if you guys know Arnold
Schwarzenegger,
he's the one who killed John Connors in the movie. And then there's this other robot called a T-100. He's a war robot and you cannot kill him. He's a war for robot where you can shoot him many times as you want. He never dies. The only way to die is to get a piece of from a robot and you gotta stab into his head and he starts frying up because of the circuits in his.
Isn't that technically Terminator 3?
No, that's Terminator Dark Fate. How many Terminators has there been?
Let's see. The only ones I know of are Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
I'm pretty sure Terminator Dark Fate's like the fourth or fifth one in the songs. I don't know.
But
guys, let us know in the comments if that's what it is. But anyway, she at the end she saves everyone by taking there's a Terminator that was sent her to protect her, right? And she cuts her open, takes the thing out, and stabs her into the T-100 warfare robot, and he starts frying up. So basically, the Terminator said, "I'll send back in time to protect you."
So here's one thing I know about. Okay, so time travel is a lot. The butterfly effect is the butterfly. Yeah.
Butterfly, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the butterfly effect is a lot like Terminator. Schwarzenegger gets his arm chopped off in the past. Someone finds it, reverse engineers it, and bam! You got all different types of Terminators running over this motherfucker.
If you guys want to know something, I had a theory how the world was gonna end. I thought that the sun was gonna collide with the earth.
Would it be necessary not to build a bunker?
Well, you're not gonna survive a sun touching the earth, or are you gonna burn the earth's gonna burn.
So we'll basically be baking or frying in the deal.
Yeah. Anyway, what do you guys want? What was your prediction for end of the world?
Alright, so did you know that Fallout New Vegas is actually based off Las Vegas?
Well, yeah, they're gonna do that because they don't want to get sued.
Well, Prim is actually a town on its own, but in a different county. I've actually seen it. And you know that roller coaster in there? That was from that was in the Big Bulls Hotel amusement park behind it.
Also, guys, you guys asked me about Bowley scholarship just how I finished. 80% done game. And then Bowley, they have this one thing, annoying thing called errands. People want you to run errands for them, and you get paid, but.
Alright, so.
I was asking, is Bowley 2 coming out? Well, guess what I said? Rockstar said no, because Jerry Rosenthal, the voice of Jimmy Hawkins, he was 15 years old when he did Jimmy Hawkins. How old would he be right now? If that year was made 2006 and he was 15, how old would he be right now?
Let's see, 2006, 15 years later. 16, 15 years later, so.
Remember, this is made in 2006.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing the math here. Let's see, he was 15 in 2006, so 15 years later, around the age of, he'll be 10 in 10 years. He'll be 20. He'll be in his 20. He'll be 25 10 years later. Add another 6 years. So 25, 26, 27, 28,
I know he's in his 40s though.
29, 30.
So he's 30 now? Like
Yeah.
in 2020?
Yeah, he'll be 30 by then.
But they said he's in his 40s.
They got the wrong decade.
I don't think they, unless King 2006. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, let me see.
Hey,
Jerry's enrolled is full.
Hey, Theodore. I'm trying to do this mission, right?
I haven't played this game in freaking ages, so I can't help you.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to find Sharon Cassidy, and this is as far as she is.
Okay.
Because, well, I have to get her to come back with me to Freeside.
Okay.
Unfortunately, convincing her is not going to be easy. You gotta prove you're working with the.
Look what he said. Read that.
Damn.
I saw a prank. Guess what the prank was? So they've never done it. You know, those two never done it.
Yeah, they never know each other. Got it.
Yeah, and so they were doing a video, and she made a prank on Lance and said, "Hi, this is Dr. Greenstein, and we need to have a time where we can talk about your pregnancy test results." And he's like this, he's like this, he's like, so he's holding a bag of food, and he's like, he just said, so you heard a phone call, right?
Right.
And he's like this, he's like, he drops it because he's like, "You're pregnant?" Question mark.
All right. So, anyways,
Walk up there.
yeah, Sharon Cassidy's not that ghost ranger.
Thanks for the assist. Wish others around here had your drive.
Stupid ass NPC.
Really?
What?
She's an NPC?
Yeah, you can't play as her.
Non-playable. It's. You know what NPC is? It's not non-playable character. It's not able. It's not playable character.
Apparently, Sharon Cassidy is that one girl, Cass. You have to try to convince her to come back to Freeside with you.
Why?
Because if you want to prove you're really working for the Ben Graffs and you want to get some serious dough, cha-ching, you gotta do that mission. Let me check the local map. Nope. According to this, she's on the other side.
Isn't that her that's in there? What's her name?
Wait, what's her name in it?
Yeah.
Rose of Sharon Cassidy.
I don't know where she is. Let me get later.
She's right there, directly in the middle.
Things are back around? Just my luck. What'll be this?
Alright, she must be on the other side of the building. That's the other hunch I had.
I need some loot. You know what my favorite game is?
What?
Of all time? Walking Dead.
Walking Dead?
Yeah. I'll bring season 2 here tomorrow. Or,
It's a 2-player.
what? Walking Dead? Oh, it's one story game. Here, you know what? You're gonna go with us. Are you available tomorrow?
Yeah.
I can come here, but we're not gonna record. We'll just play games.
Alright.
You wanna do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what time do you wake up?
Somewhere around like 9 a.m., sometimes 11 if I'm a hard sleeper.
Hey, just call me when you wake up. I was up since 7 today because of appearance.
Well, where the hell is she?
Yeah, this is what I hate about Fallout. You see, they make you do so many puzzles.
I mean, it marks the location. Where?
You know, you could do.
She's in the barracks. Son of a bitch.
Is that why you couldn't find her?
Yeah, because she's in the barracks. But where in the barracks?
Good question.
Fallout can be pretty annoying after a while with these things.
They are.
Do you ever get that feeling where you feel like your mind is in the game, but you're not actually in the game?
That's every day, man. Every day.
Yeah, my father had the same thing when he was playing Madden a bunch of times.
Do you guys ever feel like Madden is, I don't know, hard?
I don't play Madden.
Hey, lucky you. I have Madden 09 I can bring for this console.
It says she's right here in the barracks.
You wanna go upstairs?
NCR trooper. Why ain't this a fucking dead end? I mean, this is really a dead end. Like, what the hell?
You come around with a bad habit. What's on your mind?
Why don't you roast you?
She refuses to come to Freeside. She's the one you have to talk to.
You do it. Let's see what you do.
Let's see. John Baptiste in Freeside wanted me to meet with you.
Jean Baptiste. Sounds like someone got knocked out of the good book so hard his name broke. Either that, or it's Canadarian or some such shit. So who is this Baptiste, and what does he want? The only Van Graffs I know are the ones out west. Well, except for Gloria Van Graff, and I don't know her all that well. Nor do I want to. Don't have any objection speaking with him. Though if he's with the Van Graffs,
What a bitch.
he should know I'm not looking to buy weapons.
Huh?
You take care now.
She's not gonna be easy to convince.
Yeah, you know.
Like, really? How could it be this hard to convince her?
Hello.
They say
Yeah.
the Legion's bringing in veterans.
It's been a long
Oh,
time.
yeah, you know when games come back to the school if they do like sports, I'm going to the sport.
We're gonna do a sport.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna go to the sport event, but I guess.
Crazy car to lead me nowhere, lead me nowhere. Actually, it's made for that, made for that. I have never seen you cry, but right now, baby, why, oh why? Take my hand and be my woman just for a day. Crazy car to lead me nowhere, lead me nowhere. Actually, it's made for that, made for that. Yeah, 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 it's a car. Crazy car. Crazy car. Crazy car. Breaks my heart to see you stand. I have never felt this bad. Take my hand and be my woman
Crazy car.